Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction curse. As always, we'd like to invite you to come join our Discord where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. And if you'd like to go to a little financial support our way, you can check out our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those at our big number level and above. Rock Jedi, Iggy, Wolf, Blondimus Slump, Thunder Mammoth, The Trevor Project, Das Chris, Fizzgig, AC Goldner, The Brigand Alliance, Eric R. Oh, just gonna sneak right past you there. Indie Link, Tawdry Monster, Mercutio, Angel Shadowheart, Forevermore, Cyrendon, Dicky Lopez, Licky Topez, Rickety Ropage, Alex K, Wardine, Doma Elaka, Dr. Grinnis, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Darren W, Marab Syndrome, Fig Tears, Zach S, Jimmy H, Mr. Turtle, Sleeve, Darren, Caleb W, Corey, Pickle, Mr. Grimm, Fire Down, M54E was Jameson S, Eric R, +2 Verbal Sabin of Whacking. Shout out to new patron this week, I'm Not a Robot. What was there a question about this? Should we be worried? Have we been infiltrated by robots? Someone call John Connor. Actually, make that Sarah Connor. I mean, like, I get John Connor was supposed to save the world and everything, but come on, we all really know who the badass was in that story. And it wasn't the guy who was going to trash your fucking lights. Anyway, thank you all so much for your support. And now a recap of session 136. We're still high in the Quartos Mountains, and we've encountered a giant cloud wall. Next to it, a titanic statue comes out of the hills, causing a boulder-spewing landslide. After a maze from the wizard and a lot of fucking around, we run into the clouds. Eventually, the giant titan monster thing gets out of the maze and chases us. After even more fucking around, we end up on the other side of the cloud wall, but the titan is still on our heels. We decide to turn and fight. The Colossus is massive, with huge laser eyeballs. Everyone takes hella damage, but in the end, we kill it.
Guys, I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
Poor wizard.
Yeah. Let's huddle up here while
Huddle up and do some healing.
Does some healing again.
I'm sorry you're so hurt, wizard. I'll take care of you. First one's a critical success.
In the shadow of this crumbled monster.
Yes, in the shadow of the crumbled monster and Jeb's 500-foot aura
of nature that's now just hanging out with you guys.
I attempt to take 10 minutes to heal everybody, and I heal 47 with the first one, if it goes through.
He's looking for something from you there, Tyler.
Oh, does that go? Yeah, you have at this point as much time as you need.
Okay, well then I won't even bother rolling. I heal everybody up over time.
So let's say, Peach Pie, you take about an hour and a half.
Probably about an hour.
Just to make sure everybody's topped off.
It wouldn't be over an hour.
Said an hour tops.
Yeah, it'd be an hour, like around an hour tops, yeah.
Right.
Just to be nitpicky about it.
Just in case.
Jeb was down basically 200. As long as Peach Pie crits most of them.
And I would.
It wouldn't take long. Because you've got, what, over a 50% chance to crit, don't you?
Yeah, just over. With my ridiculously powerful healer's tools that I have, they give me a +3.
What are those?
I don't know, we found them somewhere. We were going to sell them, but I wanted them.
What were they?
Healer's tools.
So I have something that's really good healing something that gives me a +3 healing.
Oh, is it the box that has all the drawers with the healing?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that's a very high level item. I can't remember what it's called.
It's super nice. I'm looking for it right now. I've forgotten what it's called.
That's okay.
Marvelous Medicine's Greater. Sorry.
That's it. After you finish healing, you climb over the rubble. All of the squirrels and deer that have been hanging out with you scurry away.
I feel like while we're healing, Jeb's doing like a Snow White or no Cinderella moment.
Just playing with all the
animals. You climb over the rubble and you see the Veil. Just like I kind of described to you earlier, it's miles of land in between these sharp, jagged peaks. Although the cloud barrier obscures vision from the outside, inside you have a clear shot to the sky and the sun.
Gorgeous. Very pretty map.
It's temperate. It's, just a slight breeze. The Veil of Aroden is yours to explore. You're in here at the bottom left, the southwest of the map, you can see there.
Ooh, there's a green tower. We're going to see the Wizard of Oz. Is there a scale on here?
Every 6 squares is a mile.
Every 6 squares is a mile. Okay, so this is not huge.
We're talking like 16 square miles, roughly.
There's a little forested area. There's a little lake, small lake, and there's a path that leads through some fields, and there's some foothills and some mountains. Can we see that green tower in the distance?
Oh, absolutely. It's a shining beacon at the other end of the Veil.
We go towards it?
I mean, what time of day is it at this point?
It's middle of the afternoon.
How's everybody doing on spells?
I've barely used anything.
I mean, I've barely used any because we've been fighting things can't really use spells on.
All right. I leisurely walk through this beautiful Veil, taking in the sights. Bernard pulls out his little sketchbook and draws the beautiful things he sees.
So is it like super bright and sunny here like all the time then?
I would love that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, basically.
Of course it is. Fucking Aroden.
Sounds fucking awful.
Well, actually, it isn't because Jeb has a storm cloud above us.
Thank God.
Does something have to make a counteract check? Or Jeb's storm fight it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there a counteract check that needs to occur here? But no, there's no magic.
Who's more powerful, Jeb or a god?
Dead
A
god.
dead god.
Dead god.
No, I don't think so, because there's nothing in the wording of the Veil. There are things about the Veil, but it doesn't prevent weather. It just makes it a very temperate climate with a clear view to the sky. Maybe it would have to.
It specifically says a clear view to the sky.
Well, the way that the barrier is described, it doesn't say anything specifically about how it interacts with, environmental changing effects by PCs, but it does say that it alters the weather to maintain what it has. So, Jeb, I am going to need to have you make a counteract check for the storm in the sky.
You mean my weapon makes it? Because I don't fucking have control over it. What am I rolling?
That'd be just your spell attack.
I fight the sky. Attack, fool.
Ooh.
Oh no. Hero point. It's too fucking bright out here. Alright.
Yeah, as you venture deeper into the valley, Jeb, your storm cloud does begin to break up.
Moonlight sticks to the shadows of the trees along the path. It's too bright.
There's too much sun for the Leshy. Okay.
As you begin to travel, you get this distinct feeling that you don't belong here. Like you haven't gained permission to be here, almost. It's just that feeling maybe you need to earn your place here. And that's a distinct feeling. Like you haven't quite earned your keep here yet. You still have to prove yourself if you're to call the Veil at any part yours.
Fuck that. I've got 5 residences. Fuck this Veil.
I know you do.
I am the Veil.
I know you guys have the resonances.
I'm still wearing my Stole of Civility.
In this instance, it does not necessarily matter. You don't feel fully welcome in the Veil right now.
Aroden was lawful neutral, not lawful good.
Why are you saying that?
I don't know, just saying.
That's not what's happening. It's not a law.
He's just letting you know.
You still have to prove yourself. That's why the trials exist. The trials of Aroden.
The Trials of Aroden?
The trials
that we still haven't even gotten to yet.
of Aroden. As you walk down the road, it begins to widen out, and you take a couple of turns. Then you come across 2 statues of the same man that face one another here.
Ooh, sounds like a trial. He's sitting in a silly pose.
The statue to the east wears a simple tunic and leggings and holds an iconic shepherd's crook, shielding his eyes as he gazes out across the Veil, oblivious to the bird droppings that streak his worn granite. On the opposite side of the road, mossy, water-stained stone takes the shape of a man in tattered rags, sitting with his back to the wall, one empty hand extended warily before him.
I put a gold coin in his hand.
Nothing happens.
I kiss his hand.
It's cute. Also tastes mossy.
Oh.
A little bit of bird poop.
Little bird poop on there. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Sure. 45.
43.
Peach Pie, you spot this first. You see what looks to be a woman in the distance approaching you. And
Does she look antagonistic?
no, because she has a big smile on her face.
Is this our giant gold-eyed, white-haired lady yet? Been waiting for that lady.
And she looks like
No,
she's
that's
pretty
got to be the
close.
last one.
Right? She looks like she's pretty close. But then you see, as she begins taking steps closer to you, she gets bigger and bigger. And you realize perspective has been playing a trick on your eyes. And suddenly, this 50-foot tall woman with gold orbs for eyes and short, curly brown hair, wide smile, half plate male, and she squats down and she goes, "Hello! It's been so long since any travelers came here. Welcome to the Veil of Aroden."
Not even any Zolgaths.
Oh, them. You know of them?
We're on their tail, as it were. Hello, by the way.
Hello.
Yes. Are you Ilosa?
Why, yes, I am. And who are you?
We are the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Specifically, I am Moonlight. This is Peach Pie, Jeb,
Wizard.
and the Wizard. Yes, the Wizard.
I'm Bernard, hello.
Hello. You all look like very fun people.
We are. And I juggle. So much fun. Performance check.
Okay, yeah, go on. You gonna perform?
I perform a juggling act. I get a 38. A brief juggling act. I don't want to, make it awkward. I want to make it awkward,
She claps.
but not too awkward.
And as she claps, it's a big booming.
That makes sense.
How delightful.
We were told that we were going to meet you likely if we made it to the Veil.
I am the first person that most people come across here, yes.
But like you said, it's been a while.
Aside from the Zolgaths, pilgrims used to come much more frequently. It's been centuries.
Considering what we had to get through to get here, not surprised you haven't seen anybody lately. Some pretty bad stuff out there.
She shakes her head. The trail is less traveled than it used to be.
How did the Zelgas get through? Can't imagine they could pass Aroden's tests.
Well, no, she can't really roll her eyes specifically. You get the feeling that she's rolling her eyes. They're just gold orbs. There's no pupils to roll. Aroden didn't exactly need you to be a good person to pass his trials. He also didn't necessarily need you to pass all of his trials.
So they just found the ones that they could pass and went about their way.
It's hard for me to say. I haven't been keeping track of their presence. My purpose here is very specific.
What's that? Greet the pilgrims?
No.
The suspense is killing me.
I don't have an answer for you.
Oh, so you are here for a specific reason, but you can't tell us what it is?
Ask me the right questions.
What is your favorite color?
Ooh, green.
I don't think that was the right question.
That's obviously
What
right.
is your quest? I don't remember what that lady told us. I remember the name, that's all I could remember.
How long ago was this?
That was the psychopomp that told us? Or was it the halfling chick? I don't remember. They're all the people that have talked to us since we got to this stupid place.
We're supposed to find a titan named Ilosa. Apparently she can help us. That's all I've got.
Oh.
And in the Veil of Aroden we find 12 statues that will give us boons.
Boobs?
Okay, how about a religion?
No, I was actually going to ask Moonlight for a diplomacy check. Want to get that through.
I can try to diplomatize. 46.
Well, I'm here to aid in the trials.
We would appreciate any assistance we can receive.
You would.
Of course.
And the statue of the man on his knees with his hand out, his empty hand out.
No, a hand with a gold in it.
Oh
that's
god,
right.
because you just asked her for help.
And a kiss.
Because you asked her for help, it just kind of, you feel it grant you a little permission, a little bit more. You get the approval of this statue.
Oh.
Because we begged or asked for assistance.
Oh. And the other guy was holding a crook? Like a shepherd's crook? Now a religion check to remember the 12 visages of Aroden or whatever.
Oh, yeah, if you want to do that, totally.
I feel Peach Pie would know this even if I don't remember.
Peach Pie totally would.
Even with the 26?
Even with the 26.
Okay, what are they?
The beggar, which you've gotten, the beggar trial is finished. The shepherd, the scholar, the tailor, the thief, soldier, fisher, hunter, farmer, merchant,
Just keeps going.
artist, artisan.
Porn star.
That's the secret 13th aspect.
Yeah.
Ilosa looks knowingly at the beggar's statue and says, well, now that you've got that part done, I tend a flock of sheep. My 5 sheep are scattered throughout the vale. Gather them, bring them to me, and you will receive the blessing of the shepherd.
Are they actually sheep?
Good question. They are, in fact, Elysian sheep. They are no normal sheep.
What is an Elysian sheep?
They are sheep, yes. Though they are very agile, very strong. And they have golden eyes, much like mine. And she blinks them a few times.
They're very beautiful.
Why, thank you, Peach Pie. Bring my sheep to me.
I was kind of hoping for another boon, but okay.
Enjoy your travel across the Veil.
I can't tell if it's a very holy-looking sheep or a very evil-looking sheep.
It's supposed to be holy, but yeah, the glowing gold doesn't translate very well, I don't think.
Yeah, when it gets blown up, it looks like it's like fire more than gold, but... is there any specific place? I mean, this... The moonlight looks around. It's a very large veil.
Certainly it is. I let them run free. The Veil is a safe place. Well, except where it isn't. But they know where those places are and they avoid them.
How many of these aspects do we need to get permission from?
In order to do what?
In order to get into the tower? Feel like we're allowed?
It is true. The God's Tower is shut off to those who do not have its blessing.
What if I told you we saw ourselves prophesized to be there in a dream, in a place of worship to Aroden?
Really? You do know Aroden is dead, yes?
Yes, it was rather decrepit, but it was still there and magical. And I cast a radiance of some sort, one of them.
And she, ooh.
See, I wasn't lying.
Well, to get basic access to the tower, basic access, 4 would suffice.
We're going to need 12, alright.
There is reason, depending on, you said you were here to deal with the troglodytes. Sorry, that's what we called them in past ages. What do you call them now?
Zold.
Troglodytes.
Smelly lizards?
They are smelly lizards, yes.
May I make a request?
Of course.
Right, so we're looking for sheep. Could you lift me up as high over your head as possible?
Sure.
I feel it would be a good vantage point for spotting sheep.
All right. She grabs Peach Pie around the waist and just air rushes by his head and his ears as she quickly raises him like 60 feet in the air, holding her fist above her head.
Cool. Do I see any sheep? Perception check.
Yep, perception check.
Ah, come on. Give me a hero point. I crit that big monster to death.
You crit the big monster to death.
I asked her the question. I rolled a 4 and got a 31.
A 31, okay. You do see on the road ahead, going further northeast, you think you might see another statue along the road. If she hadn't lifted you so high up, there's no way you would have seen it, but it's about a mile away down the road. And you see something wandering around on the plains around that statue. It's hard to tell if it's a sheep from here, but it's surely about the same size if the statue's a size indicator.
All right, well, at least it's a place to start. Thank you for the lift.
She sets you back down. You're welcome.
We'll go find your sheep now.
All 5 of them here. Enjoy your travels. Toodaloo.
I saw one down the way by another statue. We could head that direction.
Yeah. Finding 5 sheep seems like a lot of work. Let's see what these other statues ask for.
Well, this one's here, the shepherd, I assume, so I think I know what it wants.
Yes, that does seem like that's the sheep quest, yes.
Well, to the next statue, then.
Wizard, take your health back. Jesus, you're making me nervous.
That's fine. I'm just going to get one shot by something.
That 29 HP sure will.
Won't take much. I won't shot you. One of the sheep will bump
spit on
into you
you
awkwardly and then take care of you.
That sheep's going to nibble on your robes and you're going to die.
Fall damage from 60 feet. Dead.
And we're level 19.
Actually, let me double check.
There's no
check.
way.
I would think not.
Well, I guess we do finish playing 20.
We've finished like a third of a book already.
Yeah, this has been a third.
18.
Yep, this is chapter 1 of 3 of book 6. I feel like you just hit 18 too at the beginning of this book,
It's
right?
been a couple decent combats though since then.
I guess I don't
I
know.
mean, we're gonna have to get to 19 at the end of this third, I would think. Get to 20 after the next third so that we can be level 20 for the last third. Because you are supposed to be level 20 for part of this book.
I guess so.
And at the start of chapter 2, you are 19th level.
Hey.
So congratulations.
Putting up a mansion.
I'm putting up a mansion, yeah.
I don't even know what to do with 19th level. I don't remember.
To cap out your first day in the Veil of Aroden, after agreeing to find some sheep and seeing and enjoying the nice weather, it's actually a really nice change from the harsh winter and the high altitudes. It's temperate, it's mild, it's beautiful here. So you put up the mansion, you go in for the night, and you are level 19 when you wake up in the morning.
I can feel it.
Yeah, the power. So before we continue on with the adventure in the Veil of Aroden, we are going to overview level 19 choices. Level 19's a big one for our spellcasters. That's when they get access to level 10 magic, and we'll talk about some of that, I guess, if they're willing to share spell choices with us. That being said, who wants to go first on level 19 overview?
I will. Jebediah gains legendary casting, so my saves are up to 43, which is really good, I think.
43 is DC. Never mind. Spell attack rolls 33.
Yeah. As well as gaining the access to level 10 spells. I am the Healy man, so I'm sticking with Revival. It is basically a 10th level heal that is 10d8 plus 40, and I can pick the whole party. And if one of them unfortunately dies, I can raise them for a minute, but they just die right after that. But
You know, it's so funny.
It's enough to say goodbye.
hopefully the plan is to cast it before they die.
So yeah, it's so funny though. We came across Revival and we were talking about 10th level magic, and everyone's assumption until we read the spell at length was that, oh, Revival, it must revive. You know, it replaces the ritual in some way. No. It just brings them back to life for, you know, sustained up to 1 minute, which is interesting.
And I went into Legendary Nature. as well as taking a first level general feat at level 19, breath control. No more will I be prey to that. We'll see what happens. But that's it.
Nice. All right. Well, then after Jebediah, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, Wizard, level 19. What you got?
Legendary casting, just like the druid, and just like the sorcerer that's going to be after me. 19th level general feat. I took fleet because I didn't like that Swanee or Moonlight was faster than me. That was some bullshit. I didn't like. No.
Is this the first time you've taken fleet, or have you taken it multiple times?
First time I've taken fleet, I took nimble elf earlier, which is
right. Okay.
ancestry feat for increasing the speed by 5. 10th level spells. I took some spells. You'll see. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Oh, anything? Keep your secrets.
I don't even know if I'm prepared any 10th level spells. Maybe I'll just like prepare color spray at 10th level. Fuck it.
All right. Well, that's the Wizard at level 19 then. What about Peach Pie?
Sure. Peach Pie's pretty easy. Get a general feat. I took Legendary Medic. Lets me do some Legendary Medic stuff. That's because my skill increase took medicine up to Legendary. I get Armor of Fury, which makes me master in armor. And I get Devastating Strikes, which is pretty good. These are both things that I just get, that I don't have a choice on. My Barbarian abilities are unparalleled. My proficiency rank in Barbarian class DC increases to Master. My melee strikes ignore 10 points of a creature's resistance to their physical damage.
Damn.
Have fun remembering that, guys.
Yep. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I get.
Well, Moonlight is pretty simple because, like Ted said, my stuff is the same as theirs. 10th level spells, legendary spellcaster. Moved my arc acrobatics up to master and took Kip up because I didn't know what else to take.
Nice. You could have taken fleet.
I already took fleet, so.
Oh, I thought that was one of those multiple ones.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing in it says you can take it more than once.
That absolutely must have been different in 1E, I think.
And Kip Up is just a great general feat.
It's just a great feat in general, yeah.
I forgot to mention I'm a master performer now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Performing mastery, because I don't even have a fucking performance.
You've just gotten so good at the Calliope.
So, next morning.
So the next morning you wake up, step out of the mansion. Beautiful morning. You have your coffee poured by the unseen servants in the mansion. You can step just outside. Birds are chirping. Slight warm breeze. It's just gorgeous.
Quick question, Tyler.
Yes.
Would Peach Pie's rain cloud work here?
Yes.
I'm curious.
That's a personal effect.
Is it only personal, or can he direct it?
It's called Personal Rain Cloud.
I was just wondering. I was gonna ask Peach Pie if he could put it over Moonlight because it's too bright out.
Get a little bit of rain.
Target is one creature.
Okay.
So yeah, we when we step out of the mansion and it's just this bright sunny day again, when Moonlight will look at Peach Pie. Peach Pie, could you put your cloud over me? It's very bright out.
Oh. I've never tried before. Let me see.
I love it. Peach Pie, you gain the Cathartic Mage dedication.
What's cathartic?
It's like emotional casting, essentially. I saw that at one point and I was like, oh, that's really interesting if it was like applied to Peach Pie, for example, but
Cathartic Rage. That's what I need.
I can't remember exactly. Mage, I think that might be it. I'm just winging it on that. I think it's in Secrets of Magic.
I don't care. It made my pun work, so that's all I care about.
Of course. Where are you going?
Well, I hear tell Jeb has an interesting idea for finding sheep.
I can talk to all these lovely creatures, and they'll tell us where the sheep are. So I'm gonna do that.
What's the spell again?
Influence nature. Yeah.
Yep. That's how vague it is. I'm just gonna talk to them, dude.
Can they talk back to the sheep and just tell the sheep to come to us? Because honestly, that'd be ideal.
Sheep don't talk bird. They don't have pigeon talk. All right, well, I'll teach. We need the wizard to teach all my birds. Pigeon.
Yeah, influence nature has a essentially Jeb will have to make a nature check of a DC that I'll set. It's just influencing nature to behave in a certain way, and you can't directly control how you've influenced nature, but you can hope for certain effects, such as easier hunts or birds falling silent whenever danger is approaching.
Birds circling above the heads of sheep.
That's not a bad idea, actually, because you need to find a way to have the birds communicate the sheep's location back to you as well. So you're going to have to give me a nature, or is it survival? Nature.
This one's nature.
Give me a nature check.
Let's use those hero points right away. Wow, this is a big number.
Can we aid him?
48 with my first hero point right off the bat from a 3.
Okay, so you went from the 3 to a 13 on the die. All right, a 48 is a success, not a critical success. It is a success with a series of bird calls and various commanding of animals in the area. It only takes you 10 minutes because you're legendary at it, but Jebediah, you are able to get some of the local bird life to locate and then fly in circles above any Elysian sheep that are out in the wild in the Veil. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and give you the map real quick, and we'll talk about where those are.
We round them up. Done. Moving on. Did Ilosa say we needed to bring it back to her, or where were we supposed to take these?
Back to her, yes.
Back to her, okay.
Yep.
Does she care if they come back one at a time, or does she want us to have all 5 at once? Or?
She doesn't care. The first sheep is in the plains just to the east of the road. Another area of birds is flying over the north side of the road as it crosses in between the forest and in between the lake to the north. In the rolling plains before the mountains start back up in the northwestern corner is another. Just to the north of the lake is another set of birds, and finally a flock flying right over the forest in circles.
Yeah, we gotta go all over the place.
Yeah, how big is this valley?
I think it's 6 squares is a mile.
So earlier I think we said like 16 square miles. It's a lot bigger than that. It's more like 8 miles by 5 miles, so like 40 square miles.
Fuck.
So yeah, we're kind of at a day's travel in between some of these locations and going back. Depends on how you want to handle it.
Good thing we've got Jebediah, the legendary survivalist. We find everything and we go fast as fuck.
Are you guys you're just going right for the sheep? Bop, right?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Get them out of the way, right?
I mean, if we were going to cross any other statues, we'll have to take a look at them.
How far is a mile again in feet?
5,280.
Well, where'd you get that number, nerd?
My brain.
So show me which sheep you're gonna hit up first.
We're coming from the south, right?
Yeah,
Can we ride on celestial steeds like cowboys?
across the plains of the Veil of Aroden.
Riders in the Veil.
The destined to fail.
Riders in the Veil.
Riders in the Veil.
I'm math right on this. You said 5,280 is a mile.
Correct.
It's like it's a sub 6 minute mile at 30 feet per action.
I was even thinking I was just fucking flying us. 6th level steeds can move at 80 feet per action. Can walk on water.
6th level, huh?
And ignore natural. Oh, I'm sorry, they can fly. 6th level phantom steeds can fly at a speed of 80 feet, can walk on water, and ignores all natural difficult terrain.
And how long do they last?
Phantom steeds? 8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours. Man, that sounds pretty solid.
So do I burn all of my 6th level spells for 4 badass phantom steeds that we just don't need to fucking worry about?
It's
Yes.
It's 8 miles per hour from the travel speed chart.
And literally nothing can slow us down unless it's like some magical effect or crazy thing that's not natural.
The only thing that can slow us down more is continuing this conversation.
Valid.
I cast a spell into my weapon.
Jeb getting that shocking grasp.
Nah, I switched it to annoy you.
What? It's not shocking grasp in the weapon anymore?
Nah, it's slow.
Oh, for fuck.
I had to double check. I was like, did I put Shock and Grasp because it was like has to be a spell attack? It's just nope, it's slow. It doesn't work like the Magus.
That won't target just him.
It would just. I put the level. It's a level 3 slow, so it's just a single
not
target.
level 6. Or is it level 7?
I can only do it's 6, but you can spell storing only works with level 3 and lower.
Well, I mean, shit.
Slow's perfect then.
Slow
That's a
is
single target.
really good for that.
Yeah, I think it's not like the Megas where like if I hit it works. I think they would still get their will save.
Oh, they still get a save. It's just really efficient on the economy.
Yeah, it's just a hit with a slow.
So, Wizard, you doing the
Yeah,
steeds?
I burned 3 6th level spells in my Drain Bonded item for 6th level to get us 4 6th level Phantom Steeds that can walk or fly at a speed of 80 feet and ignore all natural difficult terrain.
Love that.
Zoom.
Goodbye 6th level spells for the day.
I thought you could turn into a dragon indefinitely. Is that not?
No, I can fly
He can
indefinitely.
fly
I can't.
on his own.
I can only turn into a dragon once per hour.
But not at 80.
My regular fly speed's 45. It's my speed.
Oh, okay. So it's your land speed.
Yeah.
I get on my horse and go, whee!
Get on my high horse.
Bernard is.
Oh, Bernard is. That makes sense. Flying in the air through a phantom steed of glory.
Onward!
All right, so tell me where you're headed first. Which circling flock of birds over your sheepy targets?
This one.
All right.
Well, I mean, if we need to bring them all back, we're bringing them back one at a time, or are we going to try to do this, like, collect them, put them on our Phantom Steeds, or can we not do that?
Just do a loop.
Well, we can't put them on our Phantom Steeds. Phantom Steeds carry 1 creature, so we're going to have to shove them in a bag.
Did you want him back alive?
I can hold their breath.
How hard is it to kill an Elysian sheep?
Phantom Steed travel with occasional breaks to let the sheep breathe.
Yes.
That works. It's kind of...
Nah, we just
Bag open.
on our way back, we just fly slowly and guide them.
Because you said 8 miles per hour is what we can fly.
At 80 feet, yes. So
At 80
Table 9.2 doesn't go beyond 60 feet, but there's clear implication there. 40 feet gives you 400 feet per minute, 4 miles per hour. 50 gets you 500 feet per minute, 5 miles per hour, etc.
Okay, so 8 miles per hour. Yeah, damn.
Seems slow.
Doing pretty good.
That's fucking quick. So you can get across the Veil very, very quickly with this. So you get to the first one in under an hour. And as you're flying, how high are you flying up? Are you just like above tree line, down close to the ground? Give me a general idea here.
I'm flying through the fucking clouds.
There are no clouds.
I'm flying through the fucking air. I don't know.
That is good. That is true.
Can the personal rain cloud keep up?
So I think why don't we say you're flying at the same level that the birds are circling the sheep? How about that? Which is like 50 feet up.
Perfect.
So as you're approaching your first target, I want everybody to give me a perception check.
Okay.
I mean, a few of us are just so fucking amazed being on these badass phantasmal
31.
phantom steeds.
We're not paying attention.
39.
There we go.
44.
Moonlight, you see it first. As you're getting closer to the flying birds overhead, you spot the sheep just below in the plains, 1,000 feet or so to the east of the road. Well, right next to the road, we're talking at 10, 15 feet from the road for the most part, is a square stone slab. And in the middle of that is a statue with 3 obelisks on corresponding corners. One of the 4 obelisks is toppled over. You see some creatures down there as well, and you're not certain that they've spotted you yet.
Do they look suspiciously like Zolgaths?
Can I smell them?
Or even unsuspiciously like Sulgaths.
They look suspiciously like Zolgaths. Yes, it is relatively plain that what you see down there are some Zolgaths. You also spot, which is probably the easier ones to spot, 2 Astrid Daemons.
And that's the thing that they
I'm
fought.
gonna wipe the floor with them.
That's the thing that they fought when they met Nidek, right?
Yeah, it is.
How far away when I noticed this?
I would say you're, 50 feet in the air. They're roughly 1,000 feet away right now. Let's just give it just a rough 1,000 feet.
Damn it.
I'll fly to the front of the group and make some like hand gestures that try to get their attention and point out the Zelgas, and that, once we're about 500 feet away, we should just rain fucking hell on top of them.
Just don't hit the sheep.
If we spend 10 minutes, I can swap to a spell that has 1,000-foot range.
Yeah, but none of the rest of us have 1,000-foot range.
I don't think we would need any other spells. Just gonna drop a cataclysm on them.
Well, we do need the pillars to survive.
And you're certain that they haven't noticed you yet.
Can you guys attack from the Phantom Steeds?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Have we ever done ride?
Cool.
No.
I don't know shit about mounted combat.
Good God.
Into a
Mounted combat.
Don't make me. Don't make me. We go to the ground. We go to the fucking ground.
I wonder how easy it is, though.
Is it technically mounted combat when we're flying?
Yes. You're casting spells on a mount.
In the air.
Well, and a Phantom Steed that does whatever you want it to do. It's not like it's a horse with its own mind.
Does Phantom Steed doesn't make you, like, command it every round, does it?
No. It doesn't really... Dude, Phantom Steed's so fucking vague.
Is it? Okay.
It literally just says the horse is clearly phantasmal in nature.
They're like, dudes, it's a fucking horse. What more do you want?
20 AC, 10 hit points. If it's reduced to 0 hit points, it disappears and the spell ends. It never actually says how it works.
Canon, your Phantom Steed reflects yourself in how it appears. So, like, the wizards would be rainbow. Mine probably has face paint.
You conjure a large magical equine creature that only you or another medium or small creature you choose can ride. Done.
That is super vague, isn't it?
That is. It never says you need to, like, know how to ride a fucking steed. It doesn't say how it is controlled.
Also peach by your fucking mallet. To be flying 60 feet above them.
Yeah, that's right.
Smash them with your mallet.
That. Just fly 30 feet up, 40 feet up. Bonk,
it doesn't
bonk.
even say anything about, like, the flying, or if it needs to make, like, fly checks, or, like...
Are you ready for this? In regards to mounted combat, you take a -2 penalty to reflex saves. That's it.
That's it. Yay, they actually simplified something. Mounted combat was a beast in 1E.
So the rest of the night, we're just gonna fly around and just nuke every, like, group of enemies we find in this area?
So Tyler said this was going to be heavy combat,
but it's gonna end up just being raining fire from above. Is that what this whole Veil thing's gonna turn into?
Man, I'm gonna need some time to swap some spells. I'm gonna swap to Meteor Swarm and just start dropping meteors on shit. Like,
we're gonna bring her back the husks of what once was Elysium sheep.
What is Burning Blossom?
Just burned bones in a pile.
We're like 1,000. The Zolgas are like 1,000 feet from the sheep.
Okay.
Yes, the sheep isn't close enough for any of these spells to deal any true damage to the sheep. The sheep's fine.
I'm just gonna go around and start casting Burning Blossoms and bring some trees up.
Yeah, you casters handle this. I'll go round up the sheep.
Peach Pie's gonna grab the sheep. We're just gonna nuke these guys.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like get them all tied together, and I'll slowly lead them to wherever we need to go, and you guys go nuke crazy.
You're just gathering the sheep as there's just explosions going off. Background. You're a sheep.
I don't look at any of them.
So you decide you want to swap spells, am I correct?
No.
No. Okay.
Not for the first group, at least.
So you've got 2 Astradaemons and what looks like 3 Zolgaths. Not any Zolgaths you've encountered before. You're still a good distance away, but it doesn't look like anything you've encountered before. They have hoods that are covering their eyes.
Oh, shit. They're not like the good ones, like the hooded one we dealt with in...
Well, I mean, they have 2 Astradaemons, so it's relatively safe to say that that's not the case.
We have made good friends with Nidek.
I suppose your experience has told you otherwise. It's true.
But if there's Zolgaths, they're probably bad.
Yeah, I don't get close enough to smell them, I'll tell you that much.
So, what is the plan?
I'd rather this not just be a nuke fest. I'd prefer to actually fight them.
But why would we?
I mean, why would we? But I want to fight them.
It's 2 Astradaemons. They're low level. We fought them like 5 levels ago.
Yeah, you fought them a long time ago.
You fought one.
They weren't an issue then either.
You fought one a long time ago.
Yeah.
They're still decently high level. I mean, now that we're 19, probably not, but...
We'll do a real fight soon. Let's just...
Fine. Let's nuke these guys then.
We nuke it. Just decimation.
So do you need to swap spells, or do you have one that you can use?
Eclipse Burst.
Just the one?
What kind of damage does Eclipse Burst do?
Cold and negative.
I will rage and smack them from the air with my hammer, too.
I mean, I'm dropping a Phantasmal Calamity on them.
We're going to have a Chain Lightning, a Phantasmal Calamity, and a...
Eclipse Burst.
Eclipse Burst, and I've got some Extendo Hammers.
What's the shortest range on all of those things?
Probably my 120 Extendo Hammer.
The Extendo Hammer, which means we won't do that unless they get close to us.
Okay. So how far away are you going to start bombarding?
500 feet.
500 feet?
Is that 500 for everybody then? Chain Lightning, all the other spells?
Yeah, those are all 500s.
That's all I got, Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning's,
Yeah.
Chain Lightning's 500.
Damn. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you're 50 feet in the air, 1,000 feet away. You got to get fit to within 500 feet before you start launching spells, so you begin to fly closer. I'm going to say as you're approaching, and if we get into combat where mounted situations are here, are occurring, it is not terribly clear on what you would do with the Phantom Steed in combat, if you would do anything with a Phantom Steed in combat. But we're going to say that you're going to have to spend an action to command the animal, if you wanted to be doing anything, while we're in initiative.
What about just like hover?
Something like the benefit I'm thinking for sure is that you just automatically succeed instead of needing to attempt to command an animal check like you normally would for mounted combat. Because they're Phantom, of course they're going to listen, they're magic. But I don't see anything in Phantom Steed that would make that stop, because it just refers back to the flying rules.
Okay.
So, but it is an action to hover, so you'll have to command the Phantom Steed to hover.
Yes.
So one action...
If they run off the fly rules.
Exactly. So one action to keep the steed in the air, for it to use a hover action to stay in the air or fly closer, however you're handling it. As you get closer, do you descend in your altitude before you get closer?
Yeah, I think we should drop closer to the ground so that we're not so easy to see. I mean, if we're 50 feet in the air, they're going to see us coming. So I say we drop down to like just above the ground.
So flying low, you begin to approach. I'm making some perception checks for the enemies here.
We're going to be stealth fighters, stealth jets.
Alright, so I've got everything on the map. We've got the enemy perception checks. Who's trained in stealth here? I know that this is kind of a thing that doesn't always go well necessarily, but I want a number.
I think Is Moonlight the only one trained, or is the wizard trained?
Wizard's trained.
So let's use the wizard's trained stealth DC, and that will be what these enemies have rolled their perception against. So what is your stealth DC?
Is mine worse than Moonlight's? Or better than Moonlight's?
Mine is plus 26, so a DC would be 36.
Mine is 25, so 36, 35.
35, okay. Out of all 5 of them, 3 of them spot you descending. So you start getting closer, but they're also now prepared for you. How many rounds does it take you to cover 500 feet on the steeds? 6?
So, I mean, so they notice this right away at the 1,000 feet, or what?
As you were descending.
I mean, it'd take us like 2 rounds.
To get there? To get to 500 feet?
Yeah, we move 80 feet per action.
I suppose. You can command an animal multiple times.
Yeah, that's like just over 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So you can get there around two rounds. So what I'm going to have everyone do now at this point, give me initiatives. They're going to have 2 rounds of things to do to prep for what you're doing as you're, quote, arriving.
Man, I thought I did well on initiative, you fuckers. I do like that's 46, 47, 48, 49. All them guys.
Yeah, those initiatives were pretty crazy.
And we rolled 3 17s and an 18.
So Peach Pie, you're at the top of the initiative order. I imagine you just lead the charge, right?
Yes.
And just as you're all descending down, you can see one of the Astrodaemons point up at you and get the attention of Zolgath and the other Astrodaemon, and you can't hear what they're saying, but they're very clearly pointing at you. And as you descend the rolling hills, the low rolling hills, because you're getting low to the ground, they're not in sight for about half of your trip. But as you get 750 feet away, roughly, they've come in sight. And you can see that the Astrodaemons have set up a spot in between you and the statue platform, and the Zolgaths are taking up position behind, but they are flying in the air just above the Astrodaemons' heads.
Oh, interesting.
The Zolgaths are flying?
The 3 of them are, yes. And they've got these billowing robes that are flapping in the wind. I'm going to show you a picture of the Zolgaths.
They're cool.
It looks like a grasshopper.
Like that art.
So these Zolgaths have hoods that cover their heads all the way up, down, and over their eyes, but there's little holes in the embroidery of the fringe of the hood, so they can see through still. There's a hole cut out for their head frill on their skull, obviously, but they're flying, carrying large spears, flowing white robes. They're kind of an aqua green in color. Very clearly spellcasters of some kind.
More like dead casters. We're gonna kill them all.
And when you get 500 feet away, they're in line of sight. We're going to go to the top of round 1. Peach Pie, what do you do 500 feet away?
I travel 90 feet towards them.
Why 90 feet?
Because that's oh wait, these things go 80 feet. I travel 240 feet towards them.
So you're about half the distance. Then after Peach Pie closes half the distance, getting closer, that takes us over to Jebediah. It's your turn.
You said we're 500 out?
500 out as of right now.
Well, I will move command for 90 feet. 80 feet forward. And I'll target the Astrodaemon 2 with the Chain Lightning. Level 8. Now we'll do. Beginning with number 2 getting a success.
Yep, he succeeds the reflex save.
I'll bounce over to number 1.
Who also succeeds.
Number 2 from the top left.
Zolgath number 1 takes a failure.
Number 2 does.
Sorry, number 2. Zolgath 3 also fails. And the final Zolgath succeeds. So we've got 3 successes, 2 failures coming from the Zolgaths. Let's see damage.
So we got 39 and 38 on the 2 Astrodemons. An 87, a 68, and a 36 on the Zolgaths. And that'll be my turn.
And that bolt cascades through all 5 of them, dealing a good chunk of damage there, even with a couple of successes. But after Jebediah, that takes us over to Moonlight. 500 feet away, the Zolgath group in sight. It's your turn.
Yeah, I will also do 1 action to move to keep my steed flying. And then I will do a 2 action Phantasmal Calamity. Gonna need a will save from all 5 of them.
Astrodaemon 1 critically fails with a 2 on the die. The other Astrodaemon fails with a 42. God damn, your guys' save DCs now are just insane.
With a 42.
Fails with a 42. One of these Zolgaths rolls a natural 20, so critically succeeds. Another one fails. The third one succeeds. So this one's varying degrees of success. At least one of each.
Okay, well, we'll drop 11d6 mental damage on them. So looks like the base is 30.
All right. And is it the ones that fail and lower has to give you the additional save? It's been a while since I've done these.
No, just a critical fail.
So the one critical failure gives you what kind of check?
I need a reflex save.
Reflex save. 44?
Which just barely saves.
God, just barely saves. Oh, man. All right.
And that is it.
Then after Moonlight gets a little bit closer, casts that Calamity. Wizard, it's your turn. 500 feet away.
First action, move 80 feet closer. Second and third actions, Eclipse Burst. Reflex saves.
Oh, wow. Real bad in a couple of spots. We've got 2 Zolgaths critically failing on this. One Astrodaemon failing, the other Zolgath succeeding, and another Astrodaemon getting lucky. Nat 20 on the die, critically succeed.
So this will be 9d10 cold damage, and 9d4 negative damage for any of the living creatures. Are they all technically living? I don't know what the Astrodaemons.
If they're living is the condition?
Yeah, if they're living, they take the negative damage, so I don't know. They might even be immune to negative damage, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just straight up immune to negative damage.
I roll 55 damage total. So the one Astrodaemon that critically succeeded takes 0. The other Astrodaemon takes 31 damage because it's just the...
Yeah, just takes 31 of the 55.
He failed. Yeah, he didn't take the negative. The 2 that critically failed take 110 apiece, and they're also permanently blinded.
That's the big one right there.
And the other Zolgath that succeeded took 27 damage. So enjoy having 2 of them permanently blinded.
Yeah, throw some wrenches in their plans, to say the least. Then after the wizard completely puts a stop to at least 2 of the Zolgaths, most likely completely puts them to a stop at this distance with the blinded condition. That takes us finally over to the enemies, and at the top of the enemies situation, because the party did so good on rolling for initiative here. The first Astrodaemon number 2, uses all 3 of its actions to fly directly at Peach Pie. So question, Peach Pie, you moved how many feet the last round? It was
240.
240? It can move a total of 180. So how close are you after that?
Should be 80 feet away.
So you're now 80 feet away from the Astrodaemon as it's flying directly towards you. One of the Astrodaemons is flying directly at Peach Pie. Uses all its actions to do so. Get over to the blinded Zolgath and... Okay, so what that Zolgath is going to do is they are going to land with one action, use their second action to, of course, with difficult terrain taken into consideration, move towards and around an obelisk next to the statue, and it's going to use its final action to take cover behind the obelisk. Now over to the other Astrodaemon. This Astrodaemon, much like the one before it, also flies directly at Peach Pie in the party. Is now 80 feet away from Peach Pie as well, right next to his pal. Now the Zolgath, who's actually going to get to do something, is going to use its first action to hover and its second and third actions to cast Phantasmal Calamity on the wizard, Jebediah, and Moonlight, as you were all within the range of the burst for Phantasmal Calamity after flying closer. The 3 of you go ahead and give me will saves for the Phantasmal Calamity.
Will save. That's a critical success right there.
Oh, Jeb, because you've got the...
Sorry, buddy.
That is 3 critical successes.
Yeah. Three critical successes.
We blow off your feeble manipulations. And
Jeb rolled a
illusions.
5 and critically succeeded. I rolled an 8, and then Swanee actually rolled well.
Yeah, I got a total of 51.
Now, your 8, taking into consideration you've got the mind blank.
Yeah,
Your daily mind blank, which makes a big difference.
Have a plus
But still.
35 will save. It's fine.
So everybody critically succeeds. The Zogath notices that you are not affected. It doesn't look like you're harmed in any way, shape, or form. And he just kind of looks taken aback, and his shoulders go back. He takes a more defensive posture in his flight, which will take us to the last Zolgath in round 1. This is also one of our blinded Zolgaths. Can do the only thing that it really can do is same thing as Buddy did. Land with 1 action. Second action, stride over to an obelisk, and use his third action to take cover. And now it takes us to the top of round 2. Peach Pie, you are 80 feet away from 2 Astrodamons who are flying towards your face.
Sweet. I killed him. You said I had to spend an action to do command my mount, right?
Yep.
Fuck it. Action 1, rage. Action 2, fly up to one of them. And on my horse, painted like a clown. That's what you call a painted horse. Paint. I fly up to the Astrodamon and I smack it hard. I use my hero point because that's a natural 1.
Ooh. Want this hit to be super heroic, right?
Jeez. Well, I miss.
No, you don't.
No, you hit.
Oh, I hit with 5.
5 in the die. 39 is a hit.
I deal it 64 damage.
Slam right into this thing, and it stops its flight. Nice.
Cool.
Then that takes us over to Jebediah. It's your turn.
Let's see. So how far away is number 2 to me? If I moved 80 and it moved up?
Number 2, Astrodamon.
Yeah. Could I get to it in 2 movements? I guess could I get to Peach Pie in 2 movements?
You're 260 feet away from it right now.
Oh, okay. I'll just end my turn next to Peach Pie.
Hello, Jebediah! Aren't we being heroic?
Or flying!
It's so much fun. I feel like a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Then after Jeb closes the distance, Moonlight, it's your turn. 240 feet away from Astrodamons, or 420 feet away from a Zolgath in sight.
Are those 3 Zolgaths about that far away from each other? How high up is the one that's still flying?
The one that's still flying is about 30 feet in the air, and the 2 that are on the ground are exactly where they are, behind an obelisk, taking cover.
Okay, I want to target these 3 Zolgaths in the back with another Phantasmal Calamity.
Okay. They are in range for you to be able to do that.
So, we need another will save from those 3.
Will saves. 1 very bad with a critical failure. 1 succeeds with a 47 and a lucky roll. And the third one just fails.
Well, we're going to start off with, another set of terrible D6s, 28 damage.
Well, it was pretty bad. And these Zolgaths seem to be resisting your mental damage. A little bit.
Oh.
Obviously enough to make a difference.
I guess I didn't notice that the first time. Okay, the one that critically failed needs to give me a reflex save.
Reflex
So
save.
that's number 3.
Ooh, net 20.
It does not think it's in a hellscape.
Well, that's great. I mean, it kind of already is because it's blind, but
It's blinded. Which is hilarious because Phantasmal Calamity is illusion, but it does not have the
It's not visual.
Not visual, so
Nice. You can check that one off the
it's
list.
in their mind. And I fly another 80 feet forward.
So that takes us over to the wizard. It's your turn.
Nice. I'm realizing I don't actually have very much good shit prepared. My spell list is kind of fucked. I should probably fix it at some point. How far away are the Astrodamons from me? 160 feet? No, further than that.
Yeah, they're 240 feet away from you.
And the 3 Zolgaths, so what kind of grouping? The 2 of them right next to each other, but how far away is the number 1 from the other 2?
They're 30 feet in the air, 25 feet away from their friends.
Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna drop a 7th level Eclipse Burst on the 3 of them.
All right.
I'm gonna trust
Eclipse Burst number 2.
Peach Pie's got that shit handled.
All right, so we've got some reflex saves here. Now, Wait, the reflex saves, right? Yeah, reflex saves. Now, because the 2 Zolgaths that are blinded are currently taking cover, they get a +4 circumstance bonus to reflex saves against area effects.
Good for them.
But because they're blinded...
I think it's a -4 and it just evens out, doesn't it?
No, it's blinded is -4 to perception checks. It doesn't say anything about reflex saves.
So Tyler,
Yes.
did you see which one just crit failed?
Oh God, the only one who could see anything. Yeah. Okay. So.
I don't even give a fuck about the damage. I just blinded all 3 Zolgaths between the 2
Yeah,
Eclipse
seriously.
Bears.
They, critical failure for the only one that could see anything. Failure for another. What's your save again? 44?
43, so that 44 just
43.
really beat me.
They need to roll a fucking, 17 on the die.
17.
Yeah, 17
to succeed.
17 to succeed.
They do get the +4, so technically a 13 right now.
So this one's going to be a little bit less damage. It'll be 8d10 cold and 8d4 negative. 8d4, yeah. I said that right.
Okay, lower level. Got it.
Yeah. Here's the 8d10 cold. 45 damage. So 21 negative damage. So number 1 should take double that. Number 3 should take all of it. And number 2 should take half of it.
So number 3, which is one of our Zolgaths taking cover, falls down on the other side of the obelisk, and its body thuds to the ground, and it's dead.
I didn't even know I had a 7th level Eclipse Burst prepared. So that was a nice little surprise. Like I said, my spell list is kind of funky right now, man. I gotta figure this shit out later.
Happy surprise, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. So then after the wizard, Circus goes for round 2. We get to the enemies. The Astrodaemons.
I never actually did my 3rd action. Yeah, I would have moved 80 feet closer again.
80 feet closer again.
Yeah.
Got it. So you've done 160 feet from the original 5.
Yeah.
And after that takes us over to the enemies. Now I'm going to split these up. It's not exactly how they're listed in... Oh, never mind. It is totally how they're listed in initiative now because he killed one of them. 2 Astrodaemons go back to back. So the first one, being right next to Peach Pie and Jebediah, is going to start making jaws and claws attacks. Now, it has to use its first action to hover where it's at, because that's where you all are.
Does that count as a move action?
Hover?
Yeah. That
Good
considered a
question.
Move action? I have no idea.
Fairly certain it does.
Is hover an action?
Yeah. Send fly.
Oh, it's just under fly, which is a move action.
Yeah.
Oh, so hover is part of fly.
Yeah.
You can use the action to fly 0 feet to hover in place.
Which is technically a move action.
That's a move action. Yeah, technically provokes from both of you.
Okay.
Just it hovering there.
Okay. I'll take
This guy
it.
right in front of me is getting smacked. Okay.
Gets
I'll
mad.
kill this motherfucker.
Looks like you both hit. Before you roll damage, I didn't get this on Peach Pie's first hit, but I'm going to get it here. Astrodaemons have displacement. Roll a flat check. Flat D20. DC 11.
DC 11? That's pretty high.
Oh, damn.
All right.
You guys suck.
I guess I miss.
Yeah, dude. We're the worst.
2 and a 7, both have attacks of opportunity. Even though would have hit with an attack, the displacement and their attacks swing right through the Astrodaemon.
You should drink one of them cat's eyes elixirs or get some true seeing or something.
I have a couple on me, so.
I know you do. That's why I said it.
All right, so Peach Pie, you're about to get attacked with a claw, or with a jaw attack.
I yawn.
I'm sure this is exactly how that's going to go. 40 to hit. Wait, 40 doesn't hit you?
No, not even while I'm raging.
Good God. Audience, pray for the Astrodaemons. They're gonna need it. Rip Astrodaemons. The other one uses its first fly action to fly in and flank in
Isn't it going to take its third action?
with Peach Pie. Oh shit, you're right, it does have a third action. I was right about to just skip right over that son of a bitch.
Since our peeps at home would yell at us.
Oh yeah, they'd get
It's
me for
awful.
that. It's totally gonna miss though. With 43? Well, 43 hits. Nope.
It should have a negative
Should
5.
have -4 because it's agile. So 39, which would also miss. So its third action to claw misses. The other Astrodaemon moves in to flank Peach Pie with his buddy in the air, not knowing what David clearly remembers.
that they can't flank me if they're lower level than me.
Yeah, and they're way lower level. Jaw attack on Peach Pie. Rolls 2 on the dice, totally biffs it. Claw. 18 on the die. 46 to hit. Peach Pie got a hit on you.
Wow, it hits.
Take 21 points of damage.
It doesn't make it through my temp HP.
Okay, technically you have to make a fortitude save, but I'm sure this is a moot point. Go ahead and entertain me if you don't mind.
Whoa!
That's a nat 20 for a 53.
Yeah, so don't worry about the essence drain. No big deal. Not worried about it. That's its turn. Which takes us over to the 2 living Zolgaths.
What are they doing over there?
The 2 living Zolgaths, the one that was flying drops down. Not like falls, it just lowers itself to the ground. Goes over to its buddy behind the pillar, and they start conversing with each other. And then the one that flew down stands up and like rips a piece of its cloth of its white robe off and holds it up in the air and starts waving it and yelling in Draconic, "We surrender! We surrender!"
Are they like trying to talk to their third friend?
No, the third friend's dead and they're fully aware of it.
How do they know? Weren't they all blind?
No, they're aware.
They're like, Steve!
I mean, there's probably like a thud from him falling out of the sky.
But, yeah, the Zolgaths pass their turns essentially in full-on surrender to you. But does the circus take the surrender? Peach Pie, the Astrodamons don't know the surrender's occurring, but you're being attacked and flanked, or attempted to be flanked. It's your turn.
I don't speak Draconic. I don't know it's occurring either.
Good point.
Motherfucker. Do I want to bother pulling out my cacti elixir?
No, dude.
Or do I just want to
Kill him.
swing? Just gonna swing and hope for the best.
Swing, hope for the best.
Yeah. Action 1, I guess, hover. Which I guess incurs an attack of opportunity if they'd like to take it.
They don't have them.
Okay. Action 2, swing. Well, it's a hit. We'll see if it actually does hit. No. Action 3, I'll swing again. It's a hit. We'll see if it actually does hit. No.
Crushing it.
The displacement foils Peach Pie once again.
Guess I'm done.
All right. Then after Peach Pie, that takes us over to Jebediah.
I'll do the same. Hover and attack.
I've seen so many of these just right through them.
Not this one.
Yeah,
Kidding that one.
Just kidding. Second attack, right?
There's a 1.
Ooh, now 1 in the die.
That's all I got.
This is like a Dragon Ball Z fight, right? You're just in the air punching at each other, but it's not really actually doing anything. All right. Then after Jebediah, that takes us over to Moonlight. It's your turn.
Okay. I will fly. I think I'm 160 feet away from him right now. That was my calculation.
Oh, away from the Astrodamons?
Away from the Astrodamons.
Yes. Yes, you are.
So I will fly 135 feet, so 2 actions to get within 30 feet of Astrodamon 1.
Okay.
And I guess I will try an intimidating glare. Because I don't know what else to do here. 52.
52? Yeah, that's a critical success. By a lot.
Sucks to be him. He's frightened too and flees on his next turn.
Oh, well, good. You're saying bye to the Astrodamon. Bye.
See ya.
All right. Well, then after Moonlight, that takes us over to the Wizard. It's your turn.
I use all 3 actions to fly over to the Zolgaths and land next to them and say, "Oh, hey," in Draconic.
They will talk back to you. We'll get to that in a second. Well, and after the Wizard moves to Parlay, they did suppress their stench. Unless you don't want them to. They have a pretty cool stench that's like psychogenic secretions.
Whoa, your smell's gonna make me trip? We'll save that for later. You're my new best friend.
Just keeps one around to keep him on a freaking psychedelic trip.
Up in Zolgath, it's a whole new
It's
thing.
an unseen servant when you got a fucking Zolgath that can do shit for you and make you trip balls as he does it.
So Astrodamons, let's go with some Astrodamons here, is going to continue to attack Peach Pie. First action to hover. Oh, that's right.
I attack it. See if anything happens. Well, I hit it, maybe. Nope.
Jesus. So what, five sub 11s or sub 10s in a row?
It's gone bad. Haven't gotten a single official hit on the Astrodaemon, a physical hit at least. Basically all the damage it's taken has been spell attack damage. Alright, so it hovers. After it hovers, jaw attack on Peach Pie. Ooh, get an 18 on the die for a 50 to hit.
I suppose that hits.
Yeah, Peach Pie, take 27 points of damage. It uses its third action to grab you in its mouth. It grabs you, grabs you right off the Phantom Steed. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I'm about to ask, but I'm going to anyways. Fortitude save, please. It's laughable.
I also don't know why you ask.
I know.
37.
Ooh, that shit is still a success.
Which means it's a critical success.
Yes. That is the lowest you can roll. So there's literally a 15% chance that you fail it. Anywho, that being said, after that Astrodaemon grabs onto Peach Pie, the other one uses its first action to fly over to Jebediah.
It uses all 3 actions to fly the fuck away.
That's right, it's frightened. Bye.
Flees from the source of its fear, which would be me.
As far as it can go.
The unassuming small tree.
On a horse?
on a shadow horse.
I mean, that is a little scary.
with a rain cloud over his head.
I like that.
That's Moonlight's version of a begone bitch.
That takes us over to Peach Pie.
I'm in its mouth. I don't have to hover.
You don't have to
I
hover.
can just attack it.
I mean,
because of your armor, you have a free action to try to escape.
I suppose I do. I'll do it later. I attack it 3 times.
With what?
yeah, I was going to say...
My hammers.
Too big.
Being grappled doesn't
Yeah, that's
mean...
only
That's
swallow.
only
roll.
swallowed.
Swallowed, that's right. We figured that out really early on. Why am I bringing it up?
Yes, we did. It's just that everything just swallows anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
I get a 36 and miss, though.
Oh.
Stupid. We'll do that again. We'll attack again. Rolling out 1 and miss. We'll attack a 3rd time.
Wow. Peach Pie.
These are dumb. I do take my free action to attempt to escape. I make a athletics check against its fortitude DC or reflex DC. I can't remember which. 41.
And it's against its...
Doesn't that have the attack trait?
Escape does have the... Well,
If
wait.
it's
Does
escape,
escape have the attack trait?
I thought
yeah, escape does.
escape does, so that should be 12 lower.
What's the thing that your armor does?
What is that armor called?
Implacable. I believe all it does is give you a free escape attempt. Doesn't have anything
So
to do
that
with
should
your...
be 29.
Yeah, escape it is an attack. Okay. So that will likely fail.
That is correct. Yes, that be sub 30 on that would fail. Well, after Peach Pie, Jebediah. The one Astrodaemon ran away. It's just the one that's got Peach Pie in his grasp. It's your turn.
Let's beat it up. No. I'll hover, by the way. No.
Damn, y'all.
Astro Demons are so strong. I'm done.
You're just having a hard time getting used to, fighting on a flying horse in the air. All right, well, after Jebediah misses the Astrodaemon Moonlight, it's your turn.
I guess I fly within 30 feet of this one. We'll try a scare to death instead of
Demoralize.
demoralize. Only a 42.
A 42, and against will DC, right?
Yes.
Is a success, not a critical success.
Okay. So almost the same thing then. It's just frightened 2.
Frightened 2. All right.
But this one is not fleeing.
Frightened 2, not fleeing. Got it.
So I guess that's right. Scared to death is only 1 action.
Well, interestingly, because the Astrodaemon is immune to death effects, the new errata removes the death trait from Scare to Death. So it does affect him normally.
Oh, so critically succeeding wouldn't even matter because I couldn't kill it automatically.
Correct,
anyway.
and Scared to Death, the only thing that has the death trait is the critical failure, which is different than what it used to be.
3rd action, I cast shield on myself.
All right. Then after Moonlight, we're going to get over to the Wizard. It's your turn. Wait, you're done talking to the Zolgast. Should we just pass, or are you just going to turn around and zap an Astrodaemon while you're talking to the guys?
Oh, hey, how's it going? Well, 1 second, I'll be right with you. Wait, how far? He's too far away. Fuck.
No, because this one just flew 160 feet back towards
Oh,
them.
yeah, I suppose it would actually be, like, right here.
Like right next to you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, it would be, because it's running away. I forgot about that.
Wait, he's
It's
next
running
to me?
away. It was 180 feet away. Yeah, and he's basically on his way back. So you can see him. He would be right here.
I don't like him being that close to me.
And he's fleeing moonlight right now.
Yeah, I don't. How far away is that guy from me? He's like 30 feet away, you said?
Like, he's 30 feet in the air.
Oh.
But that is his position right there.
To you.
To you, relative to you.
So he's like 10 feet away from me, but 30 feet up.
In the air, yes.
Yeah, I don't like that. 9th level disintegrate.
No bueno. Disintegrate.
Rolled a 5 and I hit.
Yes, at 38
Part
is
of
a
me
hit.
wants to fucking hero point it just to crit the fucker.
But is there displacement?
Against something that's targeted, yeah, you
Yeah,
are going to have to make
it's
a
a
DC
target.
11 flat check for
50 hero
this.
point to that.
Hero point. I rolled a 10.
Ooh, come on. Nobody's made this check yet.
18.
There it is.
Nice, that'll do it. All right, so you hit the Astrodaemon with the disintegration. Its fortitude save is a 33.
And there's a critical failure because my save's a 43. And he's frightened.
He is very frightened.
He is frightened
Yes. Hold on a sec. I gotta check something with disintegrate.
It's untyped damage.
one. It does not have the
This
death
also
effect
does not
either.
have a death effect.
No, you're just gonna be rolling 24 d10 damage.
I'm going to be rolling 36 d10.
Oh god, because
This
you're
is
casting it at a higher
this is a
level.
9th level disintegrate.
I don't like it. Disintegrate. Wow. Here comes a shit ton of d10s.
Oh, I didn't even roll that well. It's only 216 damage.
Only. You blew it away.
Wait,
dust.
It only had 100 left.
100?
116.
And 16. You did 100. Your normal damage would have killed it.
Without it critically failing. The Astrodaemon just disintegrates into a poof of dust.
And this old guys have no idea. So I just turned back to them like, sorry about that. Where were we?
We surrender to your might.
This dust comes raining down on top of them.
It's in my mouth. What is it?
It's your friend.
Friend?
Astrodaemon.
Oh, not my friend. Subjugated.
And now he's dust. In the wind. Okay, moving on. That was bad.
Hence
That was
why
bad.
we are surrendering to you.
I end my turn.
If that's the case, that's going to take us over to our living Astrodaemon, the one that wasn't fleeing. This is adjacent to Peach Pie, and Jebediah has Jebediah in its mouth.
No.
Peach Pie has Peach Pie in his mouth.
Hey, is he going to spend a move action to hover?
Yeah, you know what, you're right. It does have to use its first action to hover, so it's going to do just that. Bunch of attack rolls. Looks like you both hit on your attack of opportunity, but can you overcome?
Only Jeb did.
Jeb,
For 41
overcame the
damage.
displacement. All right, slash. Then after its hover, it's going to use its second action to use something called Devour Soul.
Of course it is.
With the living creature that it has grabbed, it is going to attempt to eat your soul. Give me a, wait for it, fortitude save. Guess what trait this has? Incapacitate.
Oh, incapacitation.
Incapacitation.
It doesn't matter.
Which means there's literally no way for you to fail this.
True. And I don't.
That is correct. With a 49, you critically succeed. It didn't know any better. It's trying to, it's trying to suck the soul from the peach.
I am the clown eternal. Why do you even bother?
It's going to use its final action to maintain the grab, which takes us to the top of round 5. Peach Pie.
I tried to kill it so hard. We'll see.
43 hits. Oh, Peach Pie. Your flat checks are just all terrible. It's been awful.
It has been.
I haven't seen
It
you
has
roll
been.
over a
I've-
10.
I failed every single one of them. I miss everything.
I haven't seen you roll over a 10.
Just one of those nights. It's fine. I normally roll pretty well.
That takes us over to Jebediah. Jeb,
Fight the thing! Hover! I crit him possibly.
maybe.
No.
Don't you have a hero point?
No, I used it on the fucking nature check.
That's right at the beginning of the night.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay, alright. Well, one unfortunate critical hit that went by because of the flat check, and then a miss from Jeb. That takes us over to Moonlight. Moonlight, one Astrodemon left.
Just because it looks like fun, Moonlight's going to throw a book at it. Get a nat 20 possibly.
Oh, come on, make that DC.
Yeah!
Hits him.
Oh my god. He's probably swinging frantically, and then a fucking book flies over his head.
Moonlight hits him for 64 damage with a book. He
Oh
kills
my
it.
god.
To make it even worse, while Peach Pie is in this thing's grip, it begins falling from the sky, and Peach Pie takes 25 points of damage as he hits the ground with this thing has Peach Pie in his mouth, and just with a...
I catch the book as it falls.
Sorry, Peach Pie. It seemed like you're having some issues there.
Peach Pie lying on his back holding the book. No. It's all right, Moonlight, thank you. It was very annoying. I think I'm just going to lie here for a minute.
And so we've reached the Veil of Aroden and the penultimate chapter of this grand adventure. One trial down, apparently 11 more to go. Will we survive them all? Will we even have the patience for them all? Maybe we'll just skip to the end and say fuck it. Who knows? Find out next time as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.